Welcome back. Time for the Hot Topic Buzz. Pro-abortion protesters are targeting House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's home now. Left-wing group Ruth Sent Us announced on Twitter yesterday that multiple groups will descend on the Democrats' home, demanding that she investigate the corrupt justice that they're calling and save abortion. Save abortion, they're telling her, and that she's showing careless and cowardly leadership. You know, when you're dealing with mobs, Dagan, you know, eventually they get to you.
That's why the Democrats need to stand up and say, this is wrong. You should not be intimidating Supreme Court justices, and you also shouldn't be showing up at the home of Nancy Pelosi. And I say this about people who are conservative, people who are liberal. You should not use intimidation tactics and show up at people's homes and essentially threaten them, regardless of their political leaning.
And Jen Psaki would not condone it. Okay, she would not say stop. You know, she condoned it rather. Sorry, she would not disavow the fact that they were outside the Supreme Court justices' homes the other day, which was really troubling.
It is troubling, and the fact of the matter is, there's Americans on all sides that have right to protest, but it shouldn't be this way. And if you look back to protests that are effective, it's not those that are scaring people, that are intimidating. Those that have an impact are ones where people actually make a difference. This is not making a difference. This is scaring people. It's making people think, you know, you're either good or you're evil, you're right or you're wrong. This issue is one that needs discussion. It doesn't need people showing up at each other's doorsteps and scaring them and threatening them, and this is just beyond.
You're right.
I might have to duck from all sides because I think I'm the only one that agrees it's okay as long as they're being civil, right? We have civil servants that need to understand that, look, you have an impact on public policy.
Do it outside the Supreme Court. They do it outside but a person's home? That's wrong.
Maybe I just have it out for Nancy Pelosi in terms of, like, she needs some criticism where she's got to feel the pressure to actually do something or move on. I mean, I think we need to restore we got to impart term limits to civil service.
Term limits.
Because these politicians do not have any urgency to act on the issues of today that matter. And, you know, I'm sensitive to this because I have an adopted child. So to think about abortion would have been an option to keep my daughter from me.
The Supreme Court decision, if they overturn Roe v. Wade, it goes back to the states, and Nancy Pelosi represents a district that is in an extremely liberal state. So it goes back to the issue of democracy, where the voters can decide rather than the justices making the law for the entire nation.